Boy Azooga in the studio. Welcome, guys. Welcome to the show.
Hello.
Hey, man.
Great having you here.
Thanks so much for having us.
So you just arrived in the Netherlands this morning, I guess?
That's right, yeah. We got up at, we got here at like 8 in the morning, walked around a bit, had a little nap, and then sat by the canal.
Yeah.
Had a wicked time.
Playing on and calling this weekend in Paradiso.
Yeah, that's it.
And last weekend you played at the Great Escape Festival in Brighton. How about that? How is that?
That was wicked. It was we'd been in Paris just the day before and arrived in Brighton at about 5 a.m.
Yeah.
And sort of played our first show at noon. And
because that's a huge showcase festival.
Yeah,
right?
It was great. It was really nice to see sort of people coming to the gigs because we weren't really expecting full venues or anything like that, but we had quite a good response, I think.
Yeah, it was really cool. We had 3 gigs in one day, so we were like getting in at 5 in the morning. We were pretty like daunted by the whole thing. But like every gig we did, we were super surprised that there was actually people there to see us. And then it doesn't matter how tired you are then, because as long as there's people there, you just instantly kind of feel energized or whatever. And
it's not just normal visitors. It's also it's a showcase festival. We have a similar festival in the Netherlands. It's called Eurosonic.
Right, yeah.
But this is like 3 times Eurosonic, 3 times as big. But I wondered that it's also a festival where a lot of people from the music industry are visiting, and a lot of bands are booked for festival summer or gigs in Europe or somewhere else. How about that for you guys? Did you get some bookings from it? Did you get some news?
Yeah, so I think we're basically going to be going out to the States now. Am I allowed to say that? Yeah, thank goodness I'm being nodded. It's okay. But yeah, so we're going to be going to the States next year.
Huge,
I think.
Man.
Yeah, no, that's like a complete. To be honest, even being here is a dream come true. So it's like whenever we leave Cardiff and there's people there, we're just buzzing. So thanks for having us.
But then again, the United States of America, the land of the golden opportunities. You gotta make it. Okay, guys. Thanks so much for being here on the show. I wondered, Boy Azooga is a band, but the project kind of started with you, Davey, right?
That's right. Yeah.
How was that? You recorded everything yourself?
Yeah, pretty much. It was. I was like, I'm a drummer mainly, or at least that's what I've been doing for most of my life. But then I was always writing songs, and then I kind of used to escape up to my friend Eddie Al-Shakachi's house. He's like a phenomenal producer and musician and just person. He's great, and he's just been such an integral part of the project. But yeah, I used to just go up to his house and record these tracks till like 6 or 7 in the morning, and then go back and play with other bands. But then when I finished making the record, I was like, I'd love to do this live now. So I found Sam, Dylan and Dav, who are incredible musicians. And yeah, we just kind of been playing it live for a bit now. We're having loads of fun.
That's great. You got a really unique sound with lots of different influences. So I thought it would be cool to listen to some different music and see if you recognize it. And if you can tell me how they fit into the Boy Azooga story. So let's start with a snippet. Black Sabbath, of course, Ozzy Osbourne's band. This is some pretty dark and hard stuff. How does that play into your music?
Sabbath's just like a massive influence on me because I love sort of like firstly the riffs and just the sort of sound, especially of the first 5 albums. It's just got an amazing sound, but I also love that they were kind of always pushing into new ideas and like, sounds pretentious, but like territories or whatever. Like especially I think Tony Iommi, like the song Planet Caravan off Paranoid, and then Orchid and like Laguna Sunrise off Volume 4. They're like these beautiful like instrumental pieces that you'd never, like when I first discovered Black Sabbath, I sort of thought it was all just sort of like heavy riffs and stuff about demons, but they were there was a lot more. They were very like,
because that's not what your songs are about, right?
Yeah, no, the next album. Not joking. But it was just they seemed to just be always open to trying new things, and they were just quite experimental. And there's, especially on like Volume 4, there's loads of like amazing percussion, and they weren't afraid to just try loads of different stuff, really.
Okay, great. Well, now for some really completely different.
Oh yeah.
Beach Boys, iconic band that's made some beautiful songs. Is that something you grew up listening to?
Yeah, I think we all did, pretty much, yeah. Like my mum and dad used to drive around West Wales in a old VW car, and we had the Endless Summer cassette, and that just totally reminds me of my youth. And Brian Wilson as well, again, is one of those people that just like always trying new stuff, but there was always like a sense of melody in everything he did. And I think he's just easily one of the greatest songwriters of all time. He's a massive influence.
And then someone, I don't really know the guy, but like I guess I heard some of his music, well, like 1 or 2 times. But tell me something about William.
Oh yeah.
William Onyeabor, if I pronounce his name
that's
in the right way.
yeah.
He's from Nigeria. He's like a funk legend.
Yeah. So yeah, he's a really mysterious character. It was actually Dylan who plays in the band. He turned me on to him. There's like a documentary on YouTube. It's about 40 minutes long, and it's just like a little window into the world of this William Onyeabor guy. But it was actually David Byrne's label Luakabop who sort of recently reissued a bunch of stuff. But yeah, he was this like Nigerian funk artist, and he was super mysterious. Like, he didn't do any press, I don't think. Loads of pictures with him with like 20 microphones in front of him. He had really bizarre setups, and the recordings, they're not restrained by like typical pop stuff. They're like 10-minute songs, and I think you can kind of hear its influence on people like LCD Sound System and people like that. It's really like innovative music, and it's got a real sense of fun to it. I absolutely love his music.
And how did he influence your music?
I think I heard Atomic Bomb, and I was instantly like, I'm just going to rip off that. I'm just going to completely rip it off. Unashamedly, just had like, I went to Eddie's house and we turned up, like, we wrote this song called Facebound a Cigarette, which we're going to do next. And that's basically a tribute to him. And just kind of, I don't know, it's a lot of the production, it all sounds really atmospheric, and it's not too overproduced. Like, there's loads of tambourines, and it's just got a really nice feel to it, basically.
Great, nice. How do you all translate this into a live show? For example, this weekend you're playing at Paradiso London Calling. What can we expect from that?
There's quite a lot of like riffs and hopefully stuff you can have a boogie to. And I think we do like little interludes and things, and on our record it's like that, because it's kind of, that's an attempt to make sure that it all kind of flows together well. Like, I'm a big fan of the Avalanches, and I love how their record, like both two records, flow really seamlessly. Like, you can go from really different styles, and so live we kind of link up songs, and there's a bit of jamming.
Is there also jamming, for example, in a live version of Loner Boogie? Because I love the song, but it's only 2 minutes and 6 seconds. I thought, come on, guys.
Yeah, we're thinking that, I had an idea of like, maybe when we next go out on like another tour, we could like start off really slow and build up, do like
an extended version or something.
Version of it.
Make it like 6 or 7 minutes, man. It's a great song. Like I said, I'm really honored to have you guys here. I wish you all the best for the performance at the London Calling.
Thanks so much.
And for your next performance here in the 3FM Live Box, because you're going to play Face Behind Her Cigarette, right?
That's right, yeah.
Want to ask you to join the band into the Live Box?